Swadee Ka and very good evening and welcome to Thai PBS World Tonight. I'm Nad Bunak live in the studio and Kun Thiu Lip Nak Sumpop Lau is live from home. Swadee Ka Kun Thiu.
Good evening. Swadee Ka.
And today is another day that we're seeing triple digits of new cases, and even more sad news is that one more death has been recorded today.
Yes, today we record 305 new COVID-19 cases and we got one more death. The deceased is a bedridden 88-year-old father that he got infected from his son who went to a gambling den in Rayong. So CCSA earlier today announced that these 305 new cases of the COVID-19, bringing the total number of infections to 9,639. The new infections include 193 local transmission, 109 migrant workers, and 3 arrivals from abroad. The fatality, like I said before, a bedridden 88 years old who was also suffering from cancer. And his son visited him on December 22nd and later tested positive for COVID-19, and his son was admitted to Rayong Hospital. Then the father, the 88 years old, tested positive on January 3rd and passed away on the morning of January 6th. The province recording the highest number of infection in the past 24 hours is Samut Sakhon with 146 cases. 109 of those are migrant workers. And followed by Bangkok, 40 new cases. And the cluster that Dr. Thuisin was talking about today, this morning, that is sprinkling out from at first 38 people, right now it become 88 people. It's the 88 cases that's stemming from a cockfighting ring that now spread in 5 provinces. 50 in Ang Thong, 15 in Ayutthaya, 13 in Suphanburi, 6 in Lopburi, and 4 in Singburi. But on the brighter side, 103 new recoveries have been recorded today, bringing the total number of recoveries to 4,521.
We got to say that we have to really keep our guards very high at this time because we're seeing triple digits almost every day during this time, and we just have to keep wearing our face masks, wash our hands frequently, keep distance with others, as well as another thing that we have been urged to do is to download the Moshana app or the Taishana app to keep track of where you've been to so that it's a lot easier for tracing. And last night, an announcement in the Royal Gazette states that Samut Sakhon, Chonburi, Rayong, Trat, and Chantaburi are designated as the highest level strict control zones and will see a lot tougher travel restrictions as well. Under this announcement, the local authorities have the power to examine and control the use of transport routes and vehicles. There will be more checkpoints set up to intensify the screening of people entering or leaving the areas. Only essential travel allowed with the permission of local authorities. Previously, Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha issued the directive under the state of emergency, which has been extended already 9 times, and the latest extension will last until the end of this February. Residents in these 5 provinces, Samut Sakhon, Chonburi, Rayong, Trat, and Chantaburi, must use the Moshana or the Taishana tracing applications. Those found guilty of violation of the new directive are liable to a prison term of up to 2 years and or a fine of up to 40,000 baht. The CCSA spokesperson, Dr. Thuisin Wisnuyotin, further explained that until further notice, people in the 5 top red zone provinces who want to travel out of their province must state clearly why their journey is necessary, acquire official written permits, and present their ID cards. So far, checkpoints have been set up at strategic points on routes in and out of the 5 provinces. All the travelers will undergo temperature checks by officials manning the checkpoints, who will also check for the Moshana tracing application in their smartphones, check their travel permits, and record their travel plans, including their destination. As for the remaining 23 red zone provinces, travel restrictions are slightly easier, but travelers are still subject to temperature screening, questioning about their travel plans, and checking of the Motionat tracing application, but without the need for travel permits. Dr. Thuisin also said that for the other 49 provinces, travelers moving out of their respective provinces will only be subjected to temperature screening and questioning about their need for their journey. Meanwhile, it has been reported that many people showed up at the Samut Sakhon City Hall, some as early as 7 a.m. in the morning, to apply for permits to travel out of the province after the new directive restricting travel to and from the province came into effect today.
Now that tracing app that it was earlier said by Dr. Thuisin and also in the directive that people in 5 provinces must download and use it. Now it becomes a question whether it really will turn out to be something that people get charged with. Will it be a crime to not using it? And because it's said in the directive that people must use it. So later on, a couple hours later, Mr. Anuthin Chanvirakul, the Deputy Prime Minister and Public Health Minister, has said in his Facebook that although it is a requirement under the newly issued directive that for everyone to download this tracing application, he understands that there are cases of people that do not have smartphones. So someone not using Mochana or Thaichana application will not be charged with a crime. But concealing information of their whereabouts is, however, a crime punishable under the directive. Earlier today, during the CCSA press conference, Dr. Thuisin Wissanuyothin mentioned 5 measures that everyone should adhere to, that are keep distancing, wearing a face mask, washing hands, monitoring body temperatures, downloading and using the tracing applications when applicable. And he did mention that criminalization of the failure to install the applications will be considered further. Later in the afternoon, Anuthin said that he discussed with the Prime Minister that making it mandatory might create more trouble to some people if they do not have smartphones. The Prime Minister, Mr. Anuthin said the Prime Minister agreed with him and will amend the directive that a document can be used instead of the tracing application. So I guess we're going to see another announcement again after he amended the directive, because like Mr. Anuthin said, that not everyone has smartphone. Maybe a lot of people using phones, but there will be some people that don't use phone that actually can download application. There are still that group of people.
And we gotta say that this tracing app, whether you have to install it or not, has been a controversy today because people are actually wondering if not downloading the app would make them be charged with a crime or not. And recently, just a moment ago, Dr. Thuisin actually posted on Facebook apologizing for causing any confusion. He actually explain a bit further that it's not that if you don't download the application, you'll be charged with a crime, but it's the fact that if you do not reveal the information or if you conceal the information, that is when you get charged under this directive.
So concealing information is more serious than not downloading it, but download and use these apps make it easier for the officials, when they have to do tracing investigation, so it's easier for them to manage the information, because some people, they cannot remember where they have been. If you ask me where I was 7 days ago, I might remember just a place or two, but something small might slip off my mind. Yeah. So using these apps will help you memorize, or just, it's like you writing a note where you have been.
So basically having this app is like you can keep track of where you've been during the past couple of days, and it will be a lot easier for them to check back whether these places have COVID-19 or not. So
that's the idea of Mochana app, yes.
Definitely, but recently Thuisin already apologized on his Facebook post for causing confusion, and the fact is not downloading the app will not punish you, but it's the fact that you conceal the information that will put you in trouble.
Yes.
Yes. And moving on, the Bangkok Express toll booth officers has been tested positive for COVID-19. And recently, the Expressway Authority of Thailand, or EXAT, has reported that one of its employees tested positive for the virus on January the 5th. The employee is a head toll collector at Teparak toll booth on the Bang Pli Suk Sawat Expressway. EXAT stated that an investigation revealed that the employee had not been working at the toll booth and has not been in contact with the customers. The last day he was at work was on New Year's Day. EXAT also said that it has notified the Department of Disease Control about the patient and has ordered other employees who might have come into close contact with him to take a test immediately and self-quarantine at home for 14 days. EXAT has closed both the on and off ramps at Teparak on the 6th and 7th of January for cleaning and disinfection and will reopen them on Friday.
Okay, so I think this case, when first people heard about the toll booth officer got infected, it's kind of alarming. Yeah. But because he hasn't really been working at the toll booth for a while now, and they said that he hasn't have any contact with customers, so that's a little, I would say a little relief. Otherwise, you know, if the toll booth officer infected with COVID-19 and a lot of people have this eerie feeling about the banknotes.
Yeah, the banknotes and the receipts as well.
Yeah, people wear gloves, people spray alcohol on the banknotes. We don't know whether it's really disinfected with that.
Definitely.
So, yeah, good thing that they're able to trace where he was, what he was doing.
Definitely.
So, in this second outbreak, there are some provinces that didn't have any infection case before, but now in this second outbreak, they finally got one in their provinces. Before that, we told you it was Nan province, it was, I think, Singburi province.
Yep.
But today, the latest province that never have infection case before in 280 days, finally have one. The Facebook page of the Buriram Provincial Health Office said that the patient, they have one COVID-19 case. The patient is a 42-year-old native of Chum Sang sub-district of Nang Rong district who works delivering food to patrons of an illegal gambling den in the eastern province of Chonburi. She returned to her hometown from Pattaya on December 26th and went to Nang Rong district hospital on January 5th for a medical check after she developed a headache and anosmia. A test confirmed she is infected with COVID-19 and she was admitted to the hospital. Her timeline showed that she arrived from Pattaya in a private car with 3 relatives. She took her sick father to Nang Rong District Hospital on December 28th, then went to a fresh market in Nang Rong municipal area the following day. She developed a headache and sore throat on December 30th, but attended a funeral at a temple in Chum Sang sub-district. She later developed anosmia on January 2nd, but went in the district office and had lunch at a restaurant in Non Din Dang district on January 4th. Then she went to the hospital for a medical check the following day, testing positive for COVID-19. Health officials in the province have issued an announcement asking people that attended the funeral to monitor their health for 14 days, to wear face masks all the time, refrain from getting close to other people, and to report to the nearest health office.
And with the recent case in Buriram is actually a good reminder that anyone can be infected with the virus. So every single province, whether it's the provincial office or the authorities, they really have to raise their guards to protect its communities as well as the entire province so that nobody slips into the province and bringing the virus or all of these things.
I think this second outbreak, the gambling den, the cockfighting ring, and the Samut Sakhon seafood market, it's kind of show people how connected everyone from provinces to provinces. So everyone is connected. So it's just to show that everything can be a domino effect if we not really be careful.
Definitely, and that's a good reminder to keep our guards really high at this time. And that wraps up tonight's edition of Thai PBS World Tonight. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ